sweet-smelling colour that'll tangle with the grass. A lot of the shoots are peeking out already, bright green and glossy. Something glistens. I see it from the corner of my eye. I get to my feet and watch a car, a white four-wheel drive, pull off the loop road and follow the potholed lane towards the gums where I parked. I can't see who's driving, but the car is unfamiliar. Dubbo, the biggest town in the district, is only an hour away. Maybe it's a day tripper from there, checking out the church before heading into Horseshoe Hill. The town, named for the final peak in the crescent-shaped Horseshoe Range, gets occasional visitors in winter. In addition to the pub, there's a row of shops, a primary school and a doctor's surgery. I squat at Mum's grave, being careful to keep my boots clear of the chutes. Her headstone is lined up with Liam's cross, and I look at the letters, twisting and turning in front of my eyes. Dyslexia is a blessing, Dad always said. It gives you a special way of seeing things. He also said, it's lucky you were born with the memory of an elephant. I run my fingers over the words. In addition to the way they move around, it's hard to recognise the letters and symbols. And things get worse when I try too hard. A word I read one day, I can't read the next. But the words on Mum's grave, I know them all by heart. Abigail Laney died at 39 doing what she loved. She was married to Ross Kincaid and had 2 beautiful children, Jemima and Liam. Hey, Mum, I say, wiping my eyes with the palm of my hand. Chili Pepper's doing well. He gets a gallop occasionally, just to stretch his legs. And I take him to Follyfoot almost every week. It took me years to tell Mum I didn't ride anymore. And even then, I didn't give her the real reason, just told her I'd lost interest. A lot of teenage girls do that. If she was listening, I hope she believed it. Mrs. Hargraves called this morning. She knew it was Liam's birthday, and so did Safi and Gus. It's good that people remember about Liam, isn't it, after so many years? I blink back, tears again. Safi tells me not to do this to myself, that I can think about my family just as well from a distance as I can here, that they wouldn't expect me to visit. But the only time I cry is on their birthdays. A few days a year isn't going to kill me. When I wipe my face with my shirt sleeve, dark blue tracks mark the fabric. I trace them with my finger. See, Mum, blue's still my favourite colour. She used to laugh when I competed at horse shows and waved first-place ribbons happily under her nose. Wheels crunch on the gravel as the four-wheel drive does a 3-point turn before heading east on the highway. The wind picks up. When my hair, long and fair, flies into my eyes, I twist it into a rope and flip it down my back. Then I crouch by Dad's grave. It has daffodils too, and jonquils and freesias. And there's a headstone. Not that I can read those words any better than I can read Mum's. Hi, Dad. I shade my watch with my hand and make out the time. I'll be back on the weekend. I follow the pebble path to the first row of graves near the church. These are the oldest plots, with weather-beaten headstones, intricate crosses and tiny ornate fences. Dad used to chart my growth against the statue of the angel. I run a hand over her outstretched wings. How are you doing? I say quietly. As I walk through the space in the fence where the gate used to hang, I kick through the leaf litter, breathe in its scent. There's an ironbark tree at the front of the church, and its roots jut out of the ground. I balance on one and stand on my toes to get a closer look at the black slate roof. More tiles have come loose and slipped into the gutter. It's bound to rain soon. On Sunday, I'll bring a ladder, rearrange the tiles and fill in the gaps. The cabin in my ute smells of smoke from the forge, so I wind down the windows to let in the breeze. Behind the trees, the sun dips lower, casting brightly coloured spirals on the dash. I put the car into gear and check the rearview mirror. The cemetery, the crosses, the headstones. Liam, Mum, and Dad. I turn off the road towards home, driving through the pillars and over the cattle grate. Bushes and shrubs scrape against the ute as I round the bend in the driveway. My weatherboard cottage, built decades ago for a housekeeper, nestles beneath the branches of a towering gum. Barely 20 metres away, at the end of the driveway, sits Kincaid House, the homestead owned by my